those chances to have the key assignments which will push them forward. So now, suddenly, there is an entire group of women who are now going to start advancing through the ranks, who are going to need a ton of new training. So I want you to imagine the scenario, okay? And the following story I'm going to tell you is not a true story, okay? But it very well could be, right? You have to imagine that it is freezing, freezing cold. In fact, you don't have to imagine. You can just go outside, okay? It is freezing, freezing cold, right? It is pitch black, and all that you can hear around you are guns going off. It is like you are in the middle of a firefight, and you have been in the middle of this firefight for about the last 8 hours since the point at which you got up this morning. You opened your eyes. The first thing you heard was gunshots, and you are still hearing them. Your unit has been tasked to go through a small village and basically clear every single house, okay? So you can imagine it CSI style, except without the handguns. You have like massive Uzis, okay? You have like very, very big guns, okay? So you are going through house by house, right? Sweeping every single house to see whether it's clear of insurgents or not. So you get through one house, clear. You get through another house, clear. You're just about to get through your third house, right? You've checked every single, hi darling, you have checked every single room in this house, okay? And you know that this house is clear. You've checked every single room. You go to the front door. You're just about to shout, clear. You turn around and you hear someone behind you. You turn around and there is an insurgent holding in his hand a grenade. And he looks at you and you know that he is going to pull the pin because you are going down. And he doesn't care and he will go with you. You're like, how did this happen? I just checked this house. I just went through. I never turned my back on this kind of situation. I've never missed a person. How could this possibly happen? This is impossible, right? But yet he's standing there with a grenade and you're thinking fast, you're trying to pull out any kind of Arabic word you can think of to try. You're doing everything that you were taught. You are making eye contact. You are standing your ground, but you are reaching out to them with Arabic, trying to say, put the grenade down, okay? You do not need to sacrifice your life. It's fine. Put the grenade down after you have done 20 minutes worth of basically hostage negotiation with this person. Finally, they put the grenade on the floor and you take them into custody. It's like, oh, finally, every single house in the village is clear. We're done. I can get some sleep, right? Curfew has been established. You step out into the street. You are exhausted. Imagine you're like lugging around your massive backpack. You are absolutely exhausted, and today you did everything right. Suddenly you hear from a house that you cleared 5 minutes ago, one of your comrades screaming for help. You have a choice in that situation. What are you going to do? Are you just going to sit down in the middle of the road and be like, I'm done. I am done. Or are you going to go back to that house and try and help your comrade? So you look out there and you see the sun just beginning to rise over the city of Edmonton. Because you suddenly remember, you kind of come to your senses and you remember that you are actually not in Afghanistan. You are actually in a training base which is just outside of Edmonton. Actually 100% exists, right? What they do is every 6 months or so, they create for the forces which they are trying to train an entire Afghani village, right? They bring in native Arabic speakers. They bring in media students from local universities and local colleges who are embedded journalists, right? They bring in doctors and nurses, and they ship in a ton of other people to play Afghani villagers, and they'll bring in sheep. They'll do whatever they have to do to make this as realistic as possible for you, right? You are now in this situation where you're tired and you're exhausted and all you want to do is give up. And your situation, you're in the middle of flipping Edmonton, right? Could you give up? Is your mate really in trouble? No. You could sit down in the middle of the road, you could whip off your cool, they call it a halo. It's like a cool piece of technology that they strap onto their helmet so that they can be tracked by the base commander who's running the training exercise. You can just rip it off and go, no, I'm done for today. I am done for today. I cannot be asked. I'm just done. You could do that. But if you really want to get the most out of the situation, what do you do? Naomi, what do you do? Right? You put to the back of your head that this is just a simulation, and you say to yourself, I'm going to save that person. You know what? You BSTARDs back at base running this simulation, bring it on. You should bring it on, because you know what? Not only am I going to kick in this situation, not only am I going to do, I'm going to do it amazingly, and I know that you're going to throw after me scenario after scenario after scenario, challenge after challenge after challenge, and every single time, what am I going to do? I'm going to say bring it on, because I might be exhausted, and this may be a training seminar. I might be able to just sit down in the middle of the floor and just be like, I can't be asked anymore. But my objective is to learn as much as possible in this incredible opportunity that I have been given, right? Soldiers want to go to this base to train. Why? Because this is an incredible opportunity. Just think, the scenario which I gave you, right? That person just got an opportunity to really practice their negotiating skills with a native Arab speaker, really, and they're in the moment, and their heart is beating, and they really think, and they've managed to put themselves right into that mindset. It's an incredible, incredible opportunity, every single challenge which is put forward to them. Really, this is the way that Judaism views challenge. This is the way that the Torah really views challenge. It views challenge as an opportunity to learn, as an opportunity to grow. It sees this world and every single situation which you are put in this world as you right now have an amazing, incredible opportunity to learn something. What I did was I put together, how many? I have 3 principles. And then after this class, I'm going to put a handout online. You can go and download afterwards and fill it in. So hopefully, listen carefully for the principles, right? But then they're also going to be written on the handout. So this is the first principle. Instead of putting yourself in the mindset of the soldier who's being trained, okay, I want you to put yourself in the mindset of the commander who is running the training session, okay? What is his objective? His objective, okay, to basically deal with the insurgents who are actually, local university students who haven't got anything better to do, okay, to completely give a great image to the media students, to save people who aren't really wounded and basically take down the Afghani village in the shortest possible time. Is that his objective? What's his objective? Right? His objective is to teach. Right? His objective is to teach. His objective is not to get to the end of the seminar. Right? It's not to get to the end point. His objective is to teach. But so many times in life, we have the following idea. I just want to get through this. I'm just trying to get through this. This is just another challenge. I'm just trying to get through this. I'm just trying to get on to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next. Like, what are you in such a rush to get to? What are you in such a rush to get to? You're in such a rush to get to the end of the training seminar? You're in such a rush to get to the end point where the lights come up and everyone says, oh, welcome home, right? Because you know what we call that in Judaism? We also call it the same thing in the secular world. We call that death, right? You're in such a rush to get to the end? You really think that this life has absolutely no purpose except to be like a little biological, complicated system, which is just running, and then one day dies. That's it, finished, end story. I'm guessing, a very big assumption, but I'm guessing that if you're sitting here right now, you probably don't think that, right? Because if you did, where would you be? You would be just running a little biological process, and you would not have stepped out in the cold, right? You wouldn't be a person who is investing time, right? One thing, this is a major mistake that we make when we see our challenges. We don't see them as opportunities. We see them as something in my way. You are in my way. Mr. Insurgent, with your grenade, you are in my way. I'm just trying to get to the next thing and to the next thing. And so, what are you in such a rush for, right? Do you know what? I cannot handle right now this challenge at work. I just can't handle it. Why? Because I'm in too much of a rush to make the next pay grade. And when I make the next pay grade, I'm in too much of a rush to make the next promotion. When I make the next promotion, I'm in too much of a rush to make the next one. Yeah, I'm just in basically too much of a rush to get to the top of the firm and way in too much of a rush to retire. I'm like, I really want to retire like 3 months early, right? Why? So then I could just die 3 months early, Like, I'm just in such a rush to get there. Why? It doesn't make sense, right? When you're given a challenge, really, Judaism encourages you to see it as an absolutely incredible opportunity to learn something, right? If you're the commander, your objective is not to get your soldier to the end of the training seminar, right? Your objective is to develop your soldier as much as possible. Thus, in Judaism, God's objective when he gives you challenges is not to get you to the end of the seminar. It's not to pee you off, to get you so stressed out and so annoyed and so just that you can't handle it anymore. His objective is to turn you into an incredible human being, into an incredible soldier, into an incredible, highly trained, totally put together, ready to handle any situation, inspiring individual. Someone which the rest of the members of your troop, which all of your friends, which your co-workers will look up to and say, wow, I wish that when I had a challenge like that, I responded like she did. I wish that when my boss came in and dumped a report on me 5 minutes before the end of the workday, that I responded the way that she did. Or with your friends, wow. I wish that I responded like that when I got dumped. Wow. I wish that I really thought my situation through like that. Really, the whole idea is that the commander is trying to give you an opportunity to grow. That is what challenge is in Judaism. The criteria for setting the challenge is giving you a valuable learning experience. So, when you first hit that challenge, right, your first step, instead of thinking, another thing to get through, right, another thing that's in my way, another person, if it's a challenging person, another report, if it's a challenging thing, something at work, right, another something that is in my way to getting where I have to go. Well, where do you have to go? What are you in such a rush to get to, right? This is your opportunity. Really, in Judaism, we don't see the end point as death, right? We don't see the end point as death. We see the end point as an incredible, inspired, put together,